Southern Cameroon. The flag of Southern Cameroon is made up of 1961, which leads to October Southern Cameroon. The flag of Southern Cameroon is made up of 1961, which leads to October Southern Cameroon. The flag of Southern Cameroon is made up of 1961, which leads to October Southern Cameroon. The flag of Southern Cameroon is made up of 1961, which leads to October Southern Cameroon. The flag of Southern Cameroon
forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall hear it plenty meet in our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall hear it plenty meet in our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Hail, hail, hail this land of glory. We the Ambazonians pledge our loyalty. Praise the soul of Savior who granted us the freedom. And let us to the hero who brought the land with Diablo. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in our nation, flowing with earth and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall hear it plenty meet in our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall hear it plenty meet in our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Hail, hail, hail this land of glory. We the Ambazonians pledge our loyalty. Praise the soul of Savior who granted us the freedom. And let us to the hero who brought the land with Diablo. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in our nation, flowing with earth and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall hear it plenty meet in our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall hear it plenty meet in our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation.
Fellow Ambazonians, dear countrymen, yesterday we woke up to yet another sad day in Ambazonia. The senseless assassination of the Prince of Kugwe, Mr. Abang Julius, and the disappearance of about 60 of our compatriots, including women and children, with about 30 of them severely wounded and feared dead in bushes, butchered by gunmen led by the notorious General Efang's gang. These hoodlums went to the farms, which they all mastered so well, identified and shot many poor villagers on their feet and used machetes on them. We have always held the belief that no true son born of a woman with the blood of Ambazonia flowing in his veins will be delighted to afflict the souls of our own people and communities with so much agony and anguish. But the scale of the massacre in Kugwe yesterday has shocked my conscience. My people, I'm alarmed, I'm grieved, and in so much pain, as in all instances where the blood of our innocent people, including mothers and children, is wasted by the bravest amongst us who were supposed to protect us. This is now accelerated by forces of evil at a time when our common enemy, La Republic, is visibly weakened by our unprecedented resistance. At a time when we are supposed to be focused like a laser and win this existential fight against the two wars declared on us and hasten our victory cry at the Mongo Bridge, such nefarious actions of some internal spoilers offer a convenient cover for La République du Cameroon to escape global condemnation and responsibility for their atrocity crimes. Why should anyone who has survived the sword of the enemy die by the sword of his own brother or son? From Gabu now to Kugwe, La République du Cameroon is bent on hiring and contracting criminal gangs dressed as Ambazonian fighters to help the French Cameroon in their mission to terrorize our people, attack our ARF camps, and butcher our civilians. However, be it known this day that sooner or later, every one of us, leader or follower, shall be held accountable for his or her actions in this revolution, whether good or bad. Dear Ambalanders, fellow Southern Cameroonians, let me promise our enemies this. Even the new La République du Cameroon tool of recruitment by infiltration shall be defeated by the righteous power of our collective resolve for a free Ambazonia. These Paul Biya and his Ambazonian allies, pretending with our anthem and flag, but fighting our own people and fellow restoration fighters instead of the enemy, will also fail. Whether it is those Ambazonians serving in high places in French Cameroon, or those regime barons masterminding this cowardly strategy, or the few cheap activists who stage political theater on lies to get some of ours killed. Take for instance the case of Mr. Abdul Karim, whom I have no relationship with except on the subject of the Swiss negotiations, is now being deliberately targeted with malicious propaganda just for him to get killed or arrested again. This is a monstrous generation of bare-knuckle activists working hard to promote our enemy's agenda. This now spins so much hatred amongst our people. What a devilish mission that is to our cause. What about our own hitherto genuine fighters in the revolution who now appear to have been bought over to serve as proxies of our enemy? Be it as it may, we Ambazonians should be ready to take up any challenge posed by these shameless legions of evil on every side. Unfortunately, my people, the enemy in the house has grown vicious fangs, and it is time to name and shame it in public for our children not to become their choicest victims for the survival of our endangered communities. I call on all local government communities in Ambazonia to purge and defund groups that are a threat to their peace and security. Your interim government will help you in every way possible. Yesterday, I consulted my security chiefs and received first-hand intelligence on the heinous and callous perpetrations in Kugwe. And I have decided that it is time we all as a collective undress this cancer of a betrayal which enemy agencies have drenched their animal instincts to spread across the land. What we have now is an enemy enterprise, chiefly orchestrated and sponsored by French Cameroon, enjoying the loyalty of its criminal agents in Ambazonia. We cannot say it all here, but we shall be quick and swift in action this time against every new threat against our revolution. This should be the last time any community in Ambazonia should mourn at the hands of so-called Ambazonian fighters. The people and our beloved nation must say never again to this. Fellow Ambazonians, I feel your pain. I share your grief. And above all, I know what you expect from your interim government. The wailing and mourning shall not shut us down, nor make us lose sight of the enemy. Therefore, I decided to order as follows. I have created a commission of inquiry to fully investigate this incident. The commission is led by the Secretary of State for Home Affairs, Mr. Ambrose Etienne. The commission has 7 days to put their report on my table. In the meantime, all 13 county defense chiefs, my Joint Chief of Staff, Under Secretary of Intelligence, Secretary of State in charge of Defense, they are all hereby ordered to mobilize their services and constitute a search party for wounded or missing bodies of the 30 kidnapped victims of the Kugwe saga. The ground commanders and security operatives are hereby required to put forward an emergency county-wide response mechanism for effective protection of the most vulnerable communities against future criminal acts. All county executives and local government heads are reminded to coordinate with my office as we launch this weekend or next week our Ambazonia War Draft, which will serve as our final war chest and a solidarity fund to place at the disposal of the emergency response teams in all 13 counties. This is a 3-in-1 fund to win La République, COVID-19, amber internal threats, and expeditious program to rearm our valiant forces and fire up our strategies in all fronts at this crucial time. The late Prince Abang Julius and all those who have disappeared should be paid their last respect they deserve, especially the slain prince. The search for our abducted sons and daughters of Kugwe must be relentless. Fellow countrymen and women, our entire self-defense infrastructure has been put on maximum alert against all internal threats. The interim government intends to employ all its might in this struggle to fully restore revolutionary order in our restoration quest. We cannot do this without your support. Let me assure you again that as long as you stand for the people of Ambazonia, for the total and unconditional independence of Ambazonia, your interim government will stand with you to the best of our abilities, especially in sour moments like this. It is not a pleasure ride, but we keep inching forward amidst all these strange adversities. Long live the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. God bless Ambazonia. Thank you.
Leads to October, Southern Cameroon. The flag of Southern Cameroon is made of 19.
Hail this land of glory, we the Ambazonians, nation loyal. the hero who brought the lonely diablo. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation flowing with earth and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. Hail, hail, hail this land of glory. We the Amazonians pledge our loyalty. Praise the soul of Savior who granted us the freedom. Allegiance to the hero who brought the lonely diablo. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation flowing with earth and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation.
Stand by me and pray with me. I can't do this on my own. Walk with me, talk with me. Don't you leave me all alone. Stand by me and stay with me, 'cause I can't do this on my own. I've been down and I've been out. I've seen things no one should see, but I knew one day, come what may, that I'll sing a song of hope. Said I've been down and I've been out, and I've seen things no one should see, but I knew one day, come what may, that I'll sing a song of hope. Walk with me, talk with me, Don't you leave me all alone. Stand by me, stay with me. I can't do this on my own. Na 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 na.
Imposed by weapons, made you leave your own possessions. But do not think you need to float. In times of need, I'll be your boat. Let's stand together, you and me, address the needs of refugees.